listeners and readers of AwardsWatch.com. This is the Awards Watch Podcast, episode 300. I'm your executive editor, Ryan McQuade. Joining me is our editor-in-chief, Erik Anderson.
Who is also 300.
Hi, everybody. He beat me to it, folks.
Yeah, I did.
Karen Peterson.
Hello.
And Josh Parham.
Hello, hello.
It's 300 episodes, Erik. That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
I guess. It's
okay. Make it sound a little better than it is.
We like to talk, so 300 actually feels a little low.
Oh,
all things considered. Yeah.
Well, I mean, considering that like 200 of those is when we were all a team, so I guess that first 100 you were really lagging. Like 300 episodes in 10 years of a website is a little low.
Let's just call it inconsistent.
There we go. I just wanted him to admit it live on the mic.
Much closer definition.
Well, I'm excited to be here for episode 300. Of course, we could have talked about, I guess, the decline of Marvel or that comedies are back or all that stuff for modern cinema. But you know what? It would only be episode 300 if we're talking about an Oscar retrospective. And that would be why the gatekeeper here, Josh, is here for all the rules. And just in case, to make sure that we follow the rules to the letter of the law, we're here to talk.
That's why I'm always here. Yeah,
exactly. Just it's his game more than it is mine, actually, at this point. Josh actually owns it. When we play the shoulda, coulda, woulda game here in a little bit. But we're going to talk about the films of 1990. 35 years ago? It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's already been 35 years ago. Erik, where were you in 1990?
Like physically, geographically, emotionally, which one?
Flip a coin and start.
Let's see. So 1990 was a year after I graduated high school, and so I moved out of my hometown because it sucked.
Shout out your hometown, which is?
No.
Okay. I don't know. People might want to do like a tourist attraction. Who knows?
I don't need some YouTube stalker to come into my little town and try and cause a ruckus. I'm not about that life.
Yeah, what do you need? Like the plot at Eddington? Let's go.
Exactly. No, so I moved to the Bay Area at large with a friend of mine, and just more access to movies, that's for sure.
Yeah.
From the place that I lived.
Was it like a road trip to the Bay Area, or did you take a train or a plane?
No, a car.
Okay, well then that's why you said it was a road trip. I don't know.
I didn't say it was a road trip.
It was a road trip. Yeah, that's how you got there. Okay, you moved
I
via a car on the road. It was a road trip. There you go.
That is not what a road trip is.
That's what it is.
No.
Karen,
a road trip is a trip.
You go back to the destination from whence you came.
Okay,
exactly.
Sure. Karen, where were you in 1990?
1990 was the year that I started high school. So
wow,
I was hating life for other reasons. So yeah,
we're gonna have some happy stories about this time.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Well, you guys want to share anything?
Josh, were you born yet, or were you like a zygote?
Oh gosh, I don't know if I want him to answer that.
Well, actually, 1990 was the year I was born.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Josh, what's your fondest memory of that first year of birth?
Oh, probably the July 4th holiday, because I was born on the 3rd, so I made it just in time for the party.
Okay, celebrating America just right. Okay,
yeah.
Awesome. Did you have a hot dog?
I'm sure I did, yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, it's the 4th of July. Who knows? I was -2. I was not born until 1992, so we won't talk about that until 2 years from now. And I was born in March, so not 4th of July. Sorry, everyone.
Just think, any of the three of us could have, in that moment, stopped Ryan from happening.
Yeah. We could have.
We didn't.
Yeah. No, well,
I think about that and regret every single day.
Well, Erik, you're the only one with a car, so
yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah, could have made that road trip. Instead, took that road trip to the
that would have been a road trip.
Yeah, that would have been a road trip.
But he'll never go to Texas. That's on the record. No, not even if I'm dying. Which actually he would want to go just to see it. So
like Susan Sarandon and Thelma and Louise.
not going to
Going
take.
around it.
We're just going around Thelma. All right. Well, Karen and Eric clearly, no, sorry, Josh, clearly remember the era in that year a little bit better than we do. So, how was it for movies? What was it like going to the movie theaters during that time? Were the films that we have here in the Best Picture lineup representative of what people were going to and were gravitating towards? I mean, I feel like this is, I mean, obviously it's 1990s. We're starting to see the shift. We'll start seeing the shift here as we talk in the next couple of years too, of the shift from the 80s to, the big populist cinema of the 80s to then, of course, the more independent fare that sort of dominates in the 90s. But those films do exist within the films here that are of the film year, but they seem like big populist films nominated for Best Picture this year, guys.
Yeah,
Eric?
I mean, it was. If you look at the box office that year, I mean, compared to what we have now,
Yeah.
there's action, romantic comedies, drama. Presumed Innocent was a top 10 film.
That's crazy.
It's super crazy.
Yeah.
But Harrison Ford was pretty
We had movie stars back
at
then.
the peak of his powers.
Yeah.
Throughout the 80s, so that was just that was almost inevitable. But what do you got? Two sequels in the top 10. That's it.
That's cool.
It
really works.
It was a time to be alive.
Karen, Dances with Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to talk about it today. This is going to be like a big thing. Do you remember seeing it in the theater? Did you see it?
I do remember seeing it in the theater. In fact, of the 5 Best Picture nominees, there were 2 that I saw before the Oscars that year. Dances with Wolves was one of them. It was a huge movie. Everybody was watching that movie. And when I don't think I watched the Academy Awards that year, because my recollection of finding out Dances with Wolves won was actually seeing it on the front page of the newspaper the next day. And I was not surprised, because at the time I was just like, yeah, this movie's amazing. It's so good. It just made sense that it would win Best Picture.
So you liked it.
I did.
Do you still like it?
13-year-old Karen loved that movie.
Do you still like it?
I still think that it's well made.
Mm-hmm.
As an older person who understands a lot more about history and about film and about a lot of things going on with that movie, it definitely would not get my vote for Best Picture. Spoiler alert for later. But I understand in 1990 how it won and why it won. And I still look back on that and think, yeah, it's not a surprise that was the Best Picture winner.
But it's become a travesty from Oscar lovers over the years. Like we talked about, like we'll talk about later this year, Crash and Brokeback. We've talked about other controversial ones in the past, I believe. And this one is definitely one. We talked about that with Ordinary People and Raging Bull. Seeing a trend here, I guess, in these two. With
this was a PTSD.
Yeah, with because of the films that are nominated, specifically one by Martin Scorsese that has gone on to be known as his greatest film of all time by so many people, and that it's Dances with Wolves, and also, your mileage with that film depends. Josh, I got a question for you before we get into this. Billy Crystal hosts this Oscars. Have you seen his monologue?
Not lately.
Is
there something wildly offensive in it? Probably.
I'm sure there probably is. Do you want to guess the songs that he sang for the Best Picture nominees for his medley?
I am so bad at that.
Do you guys remember that? Eric, do you remember him?
There was Dancing in the Dark.
Dancing in the Dark for Dances with Wolves.
Yeah, but it was kind of just a weird mixed bag, because the Godfather 3 song was nominated, but a different Godfather was used in it.
Yes,
it was not,
Speak Softly Love from the Godfather was
one
used.
Of his best, and that obviously was the thing that he was really known for, and that is putting the 5 nominees to a little song and dance, which was really fun. Those are they're fun, and I really loved them. But yeah, not one of his best.
Goodfellas to the tune of Goody Goody. And Ghost to the tune of LOVE. And Awakenings to the tune of All the Way. Yeah, he kind of phoned it in, it looked like a little bit here.
Not that creative, yeah.
Not that creative. He's been better at this for sure. But yeah, do you guys remember who presented Best Picture?
Oh yeah, Barbra Streisand.
There you go. All right. Karen, who presented Best Director?
I honestly don't know. I really don't remember anything about watching the Oscars that year.
Your guy.
Oh,
Cruise.
Oh.
Cruise. Best Director to the Cause. Cruise and Cause. There you go. Two guys.
Cool.
I think this is, by the way, is a dangerous Oscar. And I'm not trying to tip my hat to, where I will think about with Kevin Costner, but I've listened to Kevin Costner speak during the whole Horizon thing last year. And I think this year is such an interesting thing because he's talked about, like, I know how to make movies. I know how to do these things. And he's talked about this, like his ego was built from winning this. And while it was a giant success, over the years now we have seen that that the ego got built and built and built and built. I mean, look at many of his projects that he's directed ever since, including this Horizon business that there's, I guess, 2 movies just floating out in the wind. Don't know if those will ever get made or finished. And he's got the sequel that's sitting out there. Just an absolute mess. But we're here to talk about.
Go.
Can
I just say on that subject, this is one of the things where I know occasionally a director really just has made a film that is so undeniably great that they deserve to win early in their career. But this is Kevin Costner, and Dances with Wolves is exactly one of the reasons why I'm always very reluctant for that to happen, because it can really set them up to think that they are just God's gift to cinema and that they can do no wrong. And a lot of times directors never recover from that giant ego boost, and their later work either their work suffers for it, or they were never actually that great. They just got lucky. It's hard to know for sure.
It's a little bit
Madonna,
of the
Madonna knew exactly.
True.
It's a little bit of the Redford thing, Karen, with like Ordinary People. When we talked about that, Redford never hit that height. Now, I mean, Quiz Show, River Runs Through It, those are some good films, but I mean, like Legend of Bagger.
At least he still made good movies.
He made a couple of good movies.
Yes.
Costner has made maybe, I would say, one other good movie, which is Open Range, and the rest of them have been disastrous films, including one now that is certain to bankrupt him. But Josh, below the line categories, we always like to give them a shout out before we get into this. Was there one or two that you saw that you wanted to highlight here?
There is one, but mostly because I want to talk about something that isn't here in the category, and that's original score, which is like okay overall. Like, I don't have a huge issue with some of these nominees. I do love that Home Alone is nominated. That's a great nomination for original score. But there is something missing in this category with Edward Scissorhands not being here, which I would argue in a long line of very definitive, iconic scores from Danny Elfman and Tim Burton movies, I would maybe argue this is maybe at the top. And for that not to be nominated just seems like a complete crime. I mean, there should be far more nominations for Danny Elfman and Burton movies than there are. There's only one. And I think it is just a travesty that the Edward Scissorhands score is not here in that lineup.
I agree.
100% agree.
Totally agree.
And I think when you look at the lineup and see someone like Dave Grusin in there instead, you can really see the branch, and especially the music branch, which really is so insular and likes itself.
They really got to expand that damn branch, because they're just.
I think they've gotten a little better recently. It doesn't feel quite as clicky as before, but for a while it definitely was.
To nominate somebody new, but then they'll also always nominate Diane Warren
or John Williams.
Or John Williams.
Yeah. The Indiana Jones one a couple of years ago just really is just burned into my head for like, what are we doing here? Karen, is there a below the line category that you looked at that you wanted to maybe highlight and talk about? favorite?
I
Maybe
really
change?
like the makeup category this year. I mean, I love that this is one of the places that Edward Scissorhands does show up. And I think Dick Tracy as the winner, we can say what we want about that as a movie, but translating this, you know, old comic book into a big screen experience and really making these characters feel still very comic book-ish and yet also like they've come to life. It's such amazing work, and I love that it won.
Yeah. And Cyrano de Bergerac, because it's like, of course,
Yeah,
guy's got a nose.
sure, why
It's
not?
got to be in there.
He has a big old schnoz.
Yeah, here you go. Eric?
I mean, honestly, any of the categories that Dick Tracy won are great categories to me. And spoiler alert, I love that movie, and we'll want to talk about it more later. I'm fascinated by this era of the foreign language film, where something like Journey of Hope could beat Cyrano, where in the current version, Cyrano would probably beat that pretty handily. And that changed. It's quite a long time after this, but yeah, just the different voting rules and structure for that category then gave us less obvious winners.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go to the Special Achievement Award for visual effects this year. We just talked about this on the Verhoeven series when we were talking about Total Recall. But that visual effects work in that movie, again, it's 35 years old, completely holds up and is still amazing and horrific at times, and just it looks so much better than like 99.99999% of movies that we get nowadays. And it's so great.
Looks better than the remake.
Looks better. Oh yeah. I mean, miles better than the remake. And that movie just getting some other noms, genre really getting a lot of love in the tech categories too. Like I love The Hunt for Red October being nominated in editing. I think that's such like an inspired choice. I wish a lot more of those inspired choices were made above the line, because I feel like a lot of these, like it was a really good year for like big entertainment films, and they are to the quality of some of the best films from this year period. And I just like it when, we get to blend both sides of just populist entertainment and, maybe the more fall festival fairy sort of, stuff there as well. So, but that Total Recall win special achievement is brilliant and one of my favorites ever. Period. If you're not going to do the category,
I
just
was on 10 hits of acid when I saw Total Recall in the theater.
How did it play?
It was really, really anxiety making. It was incredibly stressful.
Did you feel like you were on Mars at times?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing about acid, where you don't know what's real and what you're hallucinating. So I was like watching like his eyes bug out, and I'm like, is this really happening right now? Are Arnold Schwarzenegger's eyes bugging out of his head?
Or are my eyes bugging out of my head? Yeah. Did you do that for some other films?
I did that for many, many films, Ryan.
You do that for Reversal of Fortune?
Yeah, and Glenn Close just stood right up out of the bed. I was like, wow.
Wow. Eric did not need 3D glasses this year. And on that note, oh, man, the stories you can tell sometimes, Eric, I'm telling you. We're gonna do our Awards Watch game where we will replace up to 2 of the nominees in the category. We'll tell you what the nominees are. We can replace up to 2 once we have those 2. If the winner is still there, then we can replace the winner. I'm sure that given this crowd and knowing their tastes, we're going to replace some winners today. We do also have, I want to call the Hunt for Red October, which is we can get rid of an entire category. I think making it a theme for each episode, Josh, might be the way to go going forward, where we can send a torpedo its way and get rid of the category. And do 5 new ones from scratch. We have not used that yet this year. For Best Picture, though,
I would say there's only one category where that would possibly happen.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna, but
it's close.
There's one category where I'm like 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
there's one we might have a conversation.
We might have the conversation today.
Yeah.
Also, in Best Picture, since we only have 5 there, we can only replace 3. I feel like we will be replacing 3.
That's good, because I would like to replace 3.
Yes. So we will start an adapted screenplay, Josh, to kick this all off, and let's go have some fun.
All right, Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees are Dances with Wolves, which was the winner, Awakenings, Goodfellas, The Grifters, and Reversal of Fortune.
All right. So let's kick it off. Who wants to start?
I will go right now and say I want Awakenings out for Postcards from the Edge.
Okay. Well, do you only want one out?
No, I want more.
Okay. Well, we're only in the taking out phase right now, sir.
Okay.
You've played this game before.
I would take Dances with Wolves and Awakenings out.
Okay, that's your votes. All right, Karen.
Yeah.
I definitely would take out Dances with Wolves.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to take out 2, Karen, if you don't want to.
I'm gonna be honest, I actually don't love the screenplay for Reversal of Fortune either, so I would take that one out.
That's where I'm kind of leaning. Dances with Wolves and Reversal of Fortune, Josh.
That's kind of where I was leaning too.
Oh, look at that.
It's so funny because Reversal of Fortune, when I first saw it, I remember really liking it. But then watching it again, first of all, you get hit with the jump scare based on the book by Alan Dershowitz, which I completely forgotten about.
Eric, how's he doing, by the way, your friend, Alan Dershowitz?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
So you get hit with that. And the writing to the movie is pretty blunt and doesn't have much complexity or nuance to it at all. And you kind of need that for this story. And yeah, I mean, I think Awakenings is pretty heavy-handed too, but at least I sort of understood the tone that it was playing within, and I found it was at least appropriate for that. But I had more issues with the Reversal of Fortune screenplay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost that one. That's all right.
Yeah, you did. All right. Okay, so Dances with Wolves.
But they're both coming out though, right?
Yeah, they'll both be out.
Okay.
And Awakenings, Goodfellas, and The Grifters are the ones that are staying in.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Eric, you threw out Postcards from the Edge.
Definitely that.
Wonderful film.
One of just like a horrific robbery of a nomination.
Yeah.
No matter what this lineup would be.
A wonderful episode we covered earlier this year in the Mike Nichols series on Director Watch. Fantastic film.
Incredible film and screenplay, and we will be talking about
such a personal piece of writing. Literally. So, Karen.
Yeah, I had Postcards from the Edge on my list. I also have Misery because I actually really like that adaptation. I've read the book and I've seen the movie multiple times, and I actually think it's not just a good movie, it's actually a really good adaptation of the story.
Yeah. No, I'd easily put that in the consideration. Josh, you got any?
Those were the 2 that I had, Postcards and Misery.
Yeah. I had The Hunt for Red October. I think that movie is so damn entertaining and so much fun. I know it's probably because of his genre, limitations and it being just a Clancy dime store novel. It has no business being as good as it is, and probably never got as good of version of one of those movies ever again. But I think it's a fantastic film and one I would highly consider. But
I would put also Dick Tracy in there for the same reason.
I had that on my list too.
Oh?
Yeah, my 2 were Dick Tracy and Postcards as my what I'm gonna push for. But I love Misery is.
Yeah, Misery.
I'm gonna save the Dick Tracy love for you to do that because I'm not gonna join you, unfortunately.
I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one who actually really likes that movie. So
it's a good movie.
Eric and I are on a team.
It's
here.
a good movie.
We will be doing some side strategizing.
There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of moving and shaking.
I have Josh in my corner for something else later. I'm hoping. I have not discussed this with him.
We'll see. We'll see.
I have an ally in this.
Good Lord. I love it when this happens. This is part of the wonderfulness of the game. All right. Well, I think that Postcards from the Edge is in. Yes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I have one Dick Tracy, two Dick Tracy? Karen?
I'm Misery. That was my nomination.
All right. Misery. All right. Josh?
I was Misery. Yeah.
Misery. Yeah. Misery. Yeah.
Miss Misery.
Miss Misery. I think I'm going to go with Misery as well.
Yeah.
I think it's
a great choice.
It's a great choice. Don't worry, Eric. We'll get to Dick Tracy. Don't worry. It'll get
expecting that to be here. So.
Postcards from the Edge, Misery, Awakenings, Goodfellas, The Grifters. Josh, what's your winner?
I mean, I hate to be basic and predictable, but it's Goodfellas for me, which will not be the last time I will be picking Goodfellas. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I do think I just love that movie. I love the construction of that story that shows you this kind of simple means of this person entering this world and how much more complicated and chaotic it gets. I really do love everything about that movie. So yeah, I'm gonna vote for it.
So damn quotable. So quotable. It's insane how quotable that movie is. Eric, your winner?
It would also be Goodfellas. Absolutely flawless screenplay structure. And even though it wasn't really the kind of first to do it like that, it's foundational in anyone that's ever attempted it since.
Does anybody in this group not like Goodfellas? I need to know now. No?
I used to not like it, and I will tell you why.
Into their house? Because... a helicopter, as it were?
Yeah, the helicopter above your house right now, Karen.
No. I actually really like Goodfellas now, but I used to not like it, not because of the movie itself, but because of the boy culture around it.
That's fair. I don't think you're going to find that here, but I get it.
No, and that's the thing. Like over the years,
well, you give off such bro energy, Eric.
What?
Yeah, you and Dershowitz. You know what I mean? It's just a.
But over the years, as I have been able to separate the movie from the fan culture, I've been able to really appreciate that it's a great film. So
I mean, Karen. When I was in college, a lot of that was Fight Club for me. Yeah. For years, where it's just like, I don't know if I can really fully embrace this because of kind of what you were saying earlier, Eric, where it's just like certain people, we were talking about this off air about Eddington, but we were just talking about how like certain people gravitate to that movie. And even if you like it, it kind of ruins it or gives you sort of this bad taste in your mouth when you think about it. And that can totally be that, this is one of those that I think Sophia would say is a poster movie on the college dorm wall.
It is.
Easily. You know what I mean?
It is. It's with Fight Club and Scarface and American Psycho and all
Godfather.
Movies.
Yeah.
Godfather.
You know what I mean? It's one of those gangster films that's up on the wall. Yeah. But still a good movie. Karen, what would be your pick here, though?
Goodfellas.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Should we make it a clean sweep and just say Goodfellas? Because I think we will. I think that my runner-up would be Postcards from the Edge. Because easily. That's such a good movie. All right. But Goodfellas, it's taken down Dances with Wolves. Sure, everybody out there that's listening are excited.
Gosh, I hope this isn't a prophecy of things to come. Wow.
You would never want that, would you, Eric? Eric.
Yes.
Original screenplay.
Okay. We have the winner, Ghost. We have Alice, Avalon, Green Card, and Metropolitan.
Whew. Was this the category you guys were talking about?
Yeah, this is the one I thought would be 4 or 5, honestly.
Eric, what's the one you'd keep?
If I'm being real, I could actually keep maybe 4 of these.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't, because I have a list of things that I want to
Yeah.
replace.
It's a
things
stacked
with.
original year.
Because
Yeah.
I think the Ghost screenplay is absolutely lovely. I think it is a great screenplay. I think Alice is a great screenplay. I think Avalon is a wonderful story. I love Whit Stillman. So Metropolitan is Whit Stillman's sort of like the Wes Anderson of this time.
Yes,
Where
he
like
is.
you knew exactly that you were watching a Whit Stillman movie. So of the 5, I would probably ditch Green Card. It's nice, it's fine. It just isn't of the 5, it's the least. But there are other things that I want in here. So I would ditch Green Card and Avalon at least.
Karen? I love the screenplay for Ghost, so I would absolutely not vote that out. And the only other one of these that I've actually seen is Green Card, which I think that script is it's fine. The movie is just fine. It's not anything special. It's baffling to me that got an Oscar nomination. So, yeah. So
considering that they haven't been like Peter Weir fans, it's just a weird nomination.
It makes no sense.
It's a weird
so
nomination.
I would be totally fine voting Green Card out. I don't really have a second one to pick because I just don't know.
Josh?
Yeah, this is definitely a category that I don't have like a ton of passion for most of these nominees. I do think Green Card is one that does feel like, yeah, it can go. It's not really the Peter Weir movie I really think about all that much either. And also maybe the less that we can give to anything starring Gerard Depardieu, probably for the better in terms of history. I think also like Alice, like I just don't remember anything from Alice. And another one where do we need another screenplay nomination for Woody Allen? I don't know. Don't really think so. So those would be like my bottom 2, but honestly, like not hugely attached to the category overall.
Gotta say, would get rid of the whole thing if I could. This would be one of those where I would, if I know we might not be based off of what everyone said
we're
here.
not going to be getting rid
but
of
but if I had my choice, I would do the Red October on it and get rid of it. But if we're keeping things, I can keep Ghosts, Metropolitan, not my favorite Stillman, but one I could definitely keep in. Third one, I think Green Card is out, which is totally fine with me. I agree with you, Josh. I don't remember much about Alice. I don't remember much about Avalon either.
Beautiful film, though.
But yeah, I think I remember more about Avalon, to your point, Eric, than I do Alice. Like you could, gun to my head right now, I couldn't tell you what that movie's about. So I would tend to just kick that out because of not remembering it than anything else.
So Green Card and Alice are
that's what I would go. Yeah.
And maybe Avalon, or are we keeping Avalon?
No, we can't. We have to keep.
Have enough.
I think everybody said. I think everybody said. Yeah, we have to keep. We have to keep 3.
Unless it's all of them.
Oh, unless it's all.
Yeah.
So Alice is out.
Alice.
And
Green Card for you.
Oh my God! I knew you were gonna make that joke.
It's a little too soon for that.
No, it's too soon, Eric. Somebody throw out a potential
Miller's Crossing.
Yes,
that is one.
Yeah,
disgusting omission.
Yeah, I just watched that again today. Such a good movie. Scissorhands.
I have Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
I have Home Alone on my list as well.
It's a good one.
I love Home Alone. I think the script is actually really good.
It is.
Yeah. I have Tremors.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
Nice.
One of my all-time favorite movies.
I love that you said that because I'm actually going to talk about that when we get to another category.
I had a feeling. I also have Longtime Companion, which
Yeah.
is a very important movie for me for this year, and that will come up later, I hope. In just for the time, being able to be as lucid as it is with the AIDS crisis it's a masterpiece, really.
I circled that down here as the movie that Erik would talk about the most outside of Dick Tracy today. Get ready.
You're not wrong.
It was on my list too, though.
It was, no, for sure.
I have Wild at Heart as well.
Well, that's technically, I think, an adaptation, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
Is it? No?
No.
Am I wrong about that?
An adaptation of what? The Wizard of Oz?
I mean, kind of for real.
No. It is not.
All right. Well, I'm looking this up. Prove you wrong. Based on the novel Wild at Heart.
Okay, fine.
The story of a sailor and Lula.
I was wrong.
Okay. Also wanted to throw out Pretty Woman. That was the other one I thought of.
Okay.
I have Pretty Woman as well.
That's great considering the changes that the screenplay went through to get to where it was and what it became, which I think are all incredibly positive changes.
What a wild movie. I watched that again the other day. What a wild movie.
I was literally just watching it a couple hours ago.
Yeah, from like the first 20 minutes, I'm like, wait, I don't remember this movie being like that. And then it's like, oh, here's the movie I remember.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's really entertaining. By the end, you get really, man, Gere and Robert should have made like 100 more movies together, not just Runaway Bride. They had great chemistry. They have great chemistry.
Yeah, but the reason they didn't is because Runaway Bride was so terrible.
Well, that's true. That's true.
So they should not have made more.
Speaking of people who made great movies together, I also really like Joe versus the Volcano.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yes. Yeah. Unsung, great film.
Okay. So we got a lot of great choices here, folks. We got to whittle this down. What are we thinking?
I'm not, this podcast will not be allowed to end if Miller's Crossing is not on this list.
I think we should all vote against it just to make it mad. No, I'm just kidding. Miller's Crossing can be there. Karen, do you like Miller's Crossing?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. It's not going to be. This is not going to be the last time I bring this up. This film. No. So Miller's Crossing is the fourth. What's the fifth? That's the tough one.
Yeah.
My vote is Longtime Companion.
Okay, that's your vote, Karen.
But we have a really great list.
Oh man,
it really is.
To me.
Okay, Karen will come back. Josh.
Oh, because to be honest,
I'll come back to you.
Well, no, because here's the thing: it's like in my heart, it probably is Longtime Companion is the one that I would vote for, but like Tremors is so special to me. I do want to advocate for it, but if I'm being like really honest in terms of what is the order, like Longtime Companion is at the top.
I would go Scissorhands. That's where I would go.
Yeah.
For me.
Now that I'm looking at this, I think I'm Joe versus the Volcano. So not that it matters because Longtime Companion's in, and that's great. But I think that's where my heart is Joe versus the Volcano.
Miller's Crossing, Longtime Companion, Avalon Ghost, Metropolitan. Gee, I wonder what's gonna win. Erik, what's gonna win this for you?
All right, come back to me on that.
Okay, well, all right, then Karen, what's your winner?
My heart is still with Ghost. I have to vote for Ghost to keep the title.
All right. Josh?
I am going to vote for Longtime Companion. That is also kind of a special movie for me. I remember the first time I saw it, and boy, you get to the ending of that movie and it just like completely rips you up. And I'm not going to go into it right now because I probably will start crying. Like that's how much it does truly affect me. But yeah, like given the time that it came out and what it meant for that moment and just getting this snapshot of what this disease was going through with all of these characters and how it was affecting them, and in ways that were obvious and not obvious at the same time. I think it is a very delicate movie that tackles some very hard topics, and I really, really do love that film, and that is what I would vote for.
Eric, before you go, I'm gonna make you be the last vote here.
Longtime companion.
Damn it! I was gonna pick. I wanted to build suspense. You don't know how to podcast correctly.
No.
All right.
I love
You're picking
so much though.
I was gonna pick Miller's Crossing and make you have to pick.
I thought that might be the case.
It's a great screenplay by the Coen brothers.
I love that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, but Longtime Companion, that's a great,
their densest screenplay. It's so
it really
incredible.
is, but it only features like maybe like 6 characters, that are important. But it's so big.
Their meanest without.
Oh, it's definitely mean
without the release of a whole lot of dark comedy. There is, but certainly not in like other things that they've done.
It's I think their most moody film.
It's
very
cool and dark, and
you can kind of see a little bit of the tone here when Joel does his version of Macbeth in some ways. Just a lot of Gabriel Byrne sitting in rooms contemplating his place in this evolving world of corruption and violence. So it's so good. But yeah, Longtime Companion. That's our winner.
Oh my God.
Who would have thought? I'm going to go here.
I've actually never seen that movie, so I'm going to seek it out today and watch it.
All right.
They had an ensemble nomination here. Ooh.
Yeah.
Boy. My goodness.
Putting it on the board. All right. Best Supporting Actor. Joe Pesci won for Goodfellas. Bruce Davison for Longtime Companion. Andy Garcia, The Godfather Part 3. Graham Greene for Dances with Wolves. And Al Pacino for Dick Tracy. What are we getting rid of here? It's actually a pretty good
Andy
category.
Garcia.
Wow. Oh, we're going to start it today. We're going to start it today.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to do this today. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is the tip.
I don't think Andy Garcia is bad in this movie. I think he's one of the highlights of this movie. And
the best of the worst is still bad, which also puts Graham Greene in the boot category.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. I see where you're going today. Karen?
Definitely Andy Garcia, bye-bye.
Wow.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Eric. I think being the best in a bad movie doesn't like, that's not the reason you want to stand out and be recognized. And there are so many other performances that got left out of the mix here because he's taking up a spot.
Can I ask the question to the group about The Godfather Part 3? I think this is an important question to ask, which is if you guys over the last couple of years have seen the reconfigured
the coda,
the death of Michael Corleone, the new version of Godfather Part 3. I know Eric's going to say no, he has not seen that movie because he would not want to.
I haven't seen it either.
You have seen it?
Of course I have.
And you still think the movie's terrible?
We're talking about this release.
Okay. I was going to ask, are we talking about this release or are we talking about the movie
that talking about the one that came out in 1990? That's the one that got nominated for Best Picture.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
We're not, that is not a rule to be bent. Correct me if I'm wrong, Josh.
No, we should be talking about the movie that was released.
No, that's fair.
That's the version that got the nomination.
I just want to know.
No,
we need it. We haven't come across something like this in the game's history. We haven't. We really haven't. So it's a fair question to ask. It's going to be.
I think Ryan. I think the fact that there are other versions of this movie that make it actually good, is part of why the movie itself that was nominated deserves to just be booted out of every category.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. I still think that even in that original version, Garcia is very good. And
He's actually
I
not
think
my favorite of the supporting cast, though.
is that Sofia Coppola, Josh?
Yeah, it's Sophia Coppola all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, don't put you were like telling Francis, put her more in the film.
Yeah, no. There is somebody that I actually do kind of like in it, but it's not Andy Garcia.
Okay. Well, Andy Garcia's out. Karen didn't say anybody else. Did you, Karen? I'm sorry.
I did not. As much as I would be fine taking Dances with Wolves out of like everything, I don't know, taking that away from Graham Greene just doesn't feel right. Like he's the one person from that movie that I would nominate. So
yeah.
I just have the one vote, but I'm totally comfortable with
at the names I want to get in.
I know. I'm doing the same thing,
but yeah, no, I feel that.
I'll say it.
He is the most deserving, and not in the same way, not in a Andy Garcia best of the worst way.
Right.
Yeah.
It's actually a good performance. So
yeah.
I'd take Pacino out.
I would not.
Wow.
I'm ready for it.
I gotta say, I would not either. Like, no. That is such a fun performance.
I know he's having fun.
I mean, it's like basically one thing that he's doing throughout the movie for sure. But
he's done it better before.
I don't care. Like, it's very fun. It's so enjoyable. And maybe also just because I remember, like, I didn't see Dick Tracy for a while, but one of the first memories I do have of it is on a VHS, they played the trailer. And I just remember Al Pacino saying, "Tracy, Tracy." So that's just imprinted in my mind forever. And I feel like he should stay just for that.
Okay.
He's aping on his persona and own performances in a way, in a like literal cartoonish way that is so funny. And then he would later in his career kind of, make fun of a lot of his woo-ha's and whatever else is. But
do that one more time.
Nope, won't do it.
Rewind that, folks.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I get rid of Graham Greene, but not because I want to.
Yeah, he is good in the movie.
He's good in the movie. He's one of the. But I'm never gonna. I rarely am gonna watch that movie again. That's the other problem too.
I have 5 names that I want to replace, and 2 of them I really hope get it.
So I think from this group, Andy Garcia's out, and Josh, are you on the Graham Greene out as well?
Yeah, I think I would say Graham Greene.
All right, so Graham Greene is out, and Andy Garcia's out. Who are we replacing them with?
I'm gonna let Karen. I think Karen should start this because I know where she's going, and I don't want to steal that thunder because I'm on the same page.
Oh man, I have a couple. So I actually have Dustin Hoffman from Dick Tracy. I think that he's also really great in that movie. He's so fun. I have Fred Ward from Tremors. Richard Farnsworth from Misery.
Yeah.
And I have Daniel Stern from Home Alone, and I have Bob Hoskins from Mermaids.
I had Fred Ward on my list as a kind of a must get in there, but I figured you and Josh were already going to kind of go there.
I love Fred Ward in that movie so much.
I want one of either John Turturro or Albert Finney for Miller's Crossing in there, like so badly.
Yeah, I was leaning towards Turturro as my preference. I mean, everybody in that movie is great, but definitely I think he was the one that I really, really liked. I know he's not going to get votes, but I did mention there was somebody from Godfather Part 3 that I do kind of like. I do kind of like Joe Mantegna. I do find him to be kind of fun in that movie. Like, maybe not to the point where he deserves a nomination, but if you were going to nominate somebody from that movie, that is the one that I actually did have some response to, and I did kind of like that performance. And another one I would mention is Hector Elizondo in Pretty Woman. Not a big role, but always so charming whenever he shows up, and I really did like him in that film.
Robert De Niro in Goodfellas. Like, I mean, he's just as good as Pesci, and there's a couple of moments in that movie that stick out to me as the best moments of Goodfellas, and they come from De Niro. I mean, just the zoom in with the needle drop of him smoking the cigarette at the bar, to Karen walking around the corner, and not you, Karen, but in the film, Karen, of him telling her to walk around the corner. It's the most terrifying thing. Him finding out about Jimmy's death and flipping over the
phone booth.
The phone booth. The whole get your fucking shine box scene. And there's a moment, and that De Niro's there, and he goes, "Yeah, what's right is right. You know, you shouldn't have acted this way." And he goes, "And let me buy you all a drink." No, the drinks are on the house. And it's the way he says it. Also, he does one of the most despicable things in cinema history, which is with the noodles and putting the ketchup bottle and all that ketchup that he puts on the noodles. Shows you how Jimmy Conway is not Italian, is Irish, and terrifying. Italian. Yeah, he's not Italian, he's Irish in the film.
Oh, yeah.
And but De Niro's fantastic in that. I would also throw in Wesley Snipes for Mo Better Blues. I think he's fantastic in that movie. Yeah. And just like Snipes in general, when he is in movies, he's always like just this shining light of charisma that's stealing it away from a movie that's got like Giancarlo Esposito, and it's got Denzel, and it's got all these people in it, and his scenes just shine the most. I would say Turturro as well. Yeah, I mean, Willem Dafoe in Wild at Heart, absolutely nasty performance. It's so good. Yeah.
Jump fast.
I would even say Gene Hackman in Postcards from the Edge. It's a small performance, but his two scenes in that movie are just so tender, and he's just showing like, hey, I can be this great actor and just show up and do a couple of scenes and just be dynamite. So there's a lot of names. Oh, I mean, and
I've also got Raul Julia and Presumed Innocent.
I do too.
Really, really good.
Alec Baldwin in The Hunt for Red October.
Andy Lau in Days of Being Wild.
Yeah. Oh,
great fucking movie.
What a great fucking movie. Yeah. Oh, that's a good movie. We got to whittle this down. There's a lot of names.
I mean, I could.
Well, I think there was a lot of reaction for Fred Ward.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Fred Ward.
Yeah.
Absolutely on the list.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of Home Alone, but I do love his performance. Right?
Who?
Wait.
No, Fred Ward was for Tremors.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. It's Daniel Stern. Sorry, I got movies mixed up there for a second. Sorry. Well,
I thought you were going to say Joe Pesci for Home Alone as well.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, can we can't double nominee. We can't do that.
We can do whatever we want. We're
Josh, can we do? No, we can't do that.
Nominations. Why couldn't we do that?
Because the Academy.
Well, yeah, the Oscars don't allow that, but I do find that to be a stupid rule that I wish they wouldn't have anymore.
But we follow some rules.
They only do it for acting.
Yeah,
for their tender little egos.
It's like, that's how we get category fraud, honestly. It's because they're trying to campaign two people, and it's like you have two lead performances, but you can't be nominated for both. It's dumb.
Yep.
We should do an episode of if that rule was gone, who would have gotten double nominations?
Well, that would be a good episode.
There's a lot that
go through like the history of that. God, that would be a 9-hour podcast that we'd never be able to get that time back.
Fun to
Good freaking Lord. Okay, so Fred Ward for Tremors. Who else?
My second would be John Turturro.
Turturro
was mine too. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Turturro?
I'm good with that.
Turturro. He's great.
We're already pro longtime companion, so more tortured queens. Sure. Let's go.
All right, John Turturro, Miller's Crossing, Fred Ward for Tremors, Al Pacino for Dick Tracy, Bruce Davidson, longtime companion, and Joe Pesci for Goodfellas. I'm going to start this off. I'm going to keep it with Joe Pesci. It's kind of a perfect performance. And if you know anything about the Goodfellas backstory and know about how they wanted this character to be played and how Pesci's really not that character, but I think a lot of people just assume that this is like how Joe Pesci is. Very against type. There's just something about Tommy being this just Molotov cocktail in this trio, and a lot of this drama centers around if he just would have left Billy Batts alone. And obviously there's the funny in my clowny moment, but there's the whole thing when they kill Bats. He's on the floor. He's bleeding out. He doesn't care that he's murdered him. He doesn't care that they've hit a guy that is an untouchable. He's worried about he's worried about getting blood on the floor at this place, and it's just his head is all over the place. He's such a wild card, and yeah, it's one of the best supporting actor wins ever, I think. And yeah, I'll go with Pesci. Karen?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Pesci. How do you vote against him? I mean, I don't know, maybe Eric and Josh will, but but I think that it's really such a great it's to me it's the epitome of what a supporting performance can be. And I think that Joe Pesci, like, it just shows so much of what he's able to do as an actor. And it's like he's terrifying, but also, I don't know, there's just something about it. You can see why people would be drawn to a person like this. And I think that's all because of his performance. So yeah.
Eric?
I love Joe Pesci so much, but I would never, in any circumstance, vote against Bruce Davison in Longtime Companion. Period. End of sentence. That deathbed scene.
Oh,
yeah, I can barely talk about that.
Yeah. Because that's one of those things too where you don't have to have gone through it necessarily to just understand what it has to take for one person to say that to someone that they love. Yeah, it's devastating.
It's kind of crazy that this movie only got one nom. It is kind of wild. I'm just
kind of.
In 1990 though, is it that surprising?
Really.
Yeah, I guess the achievement is that it even got the nomination to begin with.
It really was.
Yeah. Josh?
Well, as much as I would love to vote for Bruce Davison, like I do think he is great in that film, I'd still have to say Joe Pesci. I just think that is one of the defining characters that he's ever played in one of the greatest movies he's been in. And, we talk a lot about already the moments that he's great in it. One of my favorites is when it's right before Spider gets shot. And there's just that scene where De Niro is like going on, and Pesci is just sitting there so quiet. And it's honestly even more dangerous because you have no idea what he is thinking about and what he might be doing. And when you find out, you can understand how violent and just unpredictable he really is. And you get that all within that very quiet moment from him. So yeah, I do feel like I'm still obligated to keep the Oscar with him.
Man, that face when Spider says that remark back at him, he's just like, no one talks back to me. And that's where his untouchable status comes in. Also, just love the scenes when with Pesci and Scorsese's mom, both at the wedding, but then the painting, one dog looks one way, one dog looks the other way. The whole, like, I got to borrow this knife, and it's this giant knife, and he's like, God, we ran over a deer, the hoof, you can't leave it there. It's a sin, Mom. What I mean? It's such a, he's so good in that
movie. Those two
movie.
are hilarious.
They're so good. I wish they had like their own movie, just like a buddy cop, early 90s. It would have been great. Joe Pesci keeps his Oscar. Okay. And that short Oscar acceptance speech stands. One of the great Oscar speeches ever. In and out, on with life. Learned from it, Adrian Brody. Okay?
Wow.
Okay. I'm just saying. Karen.
The thing is, well, I think only Joe Pesci could do that and have people be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Joe Pesci, Merritt Weaver, just legends. Right?
I don't want to be here.
Bye. I don't. Bye. Karen, Best Supporting Actress.
All right. We have our winner, Whoopi Goldberg for Ghost, Annette Bening for The Grifters, Lorraine Bracco for Goodfellas, Diane Ladd for Wild at Heart, and Mary McDonnell for Dances with Wolves.
There's really only one person I kick out.
Yeah, bye, Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is tough because I have two that I want so badly to get in, but
is hard.
There's no way I would kick any of the rest of them out.
No,
really.
I love Whoopi. And Diane Ladd is an all-time nomination.
Just like no matter what you think about that movie or that performance, like this being an Oscar-nominated performance, like you just can't take that.
Spaghetti dinners. I'm telling you, spaghetti dinners.
Yeah,
it did it. She is one of the OG campaigners.
Yeah,
absolutely a legend.
Would you have gone to one, Erik?
What's that? Would I have gone to a spaghetti dinner from Diane Ladd?
He would have taken seconds to go. Karen, outside of Mary, is there anybody else you'd take out of the category?
I'm with Erik on this one, where there's a couple people I would love to see in, but I really feel like we can only remove Mary McDonnell.
Yeah, I Bracco makes total sense. That's a great performance.
It's a perfectly modulated performance for that character.
Mm-hmm.
Benning.
Oh, Benning is so good in The Grifters.
Just giving us Benning.
I just watched that again for the first time on the 4K for Criterion. Absolutely stunning restoration. Wonderful film.
Yeah, it improved a lot on the second watch for me because I hadn't seen it in a long time.
Great slow burn. You kind of think you're going to go into this, it's going to be more up paced, and it's actually more, slow and easy and steady. And
I think Benning is so much in control of her nudity in this as well, which is full in a way that doesn't feel like a sleazy director choice. It feels like a character choice.
Yeah.
And she is so fucking good.
So good. Okay. So we only have one spot open. Well, so let's throw them out there.
Shirley MacLaine, Postcards from the Edge.
There it is.
Yeah, that's the first name I knew we were going to throw out, because that is one where it's like, how did that not happen?
Exactly. Yeah. How did we get Diane Ladd and not Shirley MacLaine is something I have thought about for 35 years.
Karen?
I have more, though.
So I know I threw out Daniel Stern for Home Alone, but the real performance from Home Alone that I think should have been Oscar nominated is Catherine O'Hara.
I love
She's so great in that movie. She's great in every movie, but I love her as this mom who really messed up and is doing everything she can to get back to her son. And she's so funny and so endearing. And yeah, I love her.
I would also throw out a second performance from Angelica Houston that deserved to get in, and that is for The Witches.
Yes.
One of my all-time favorite villainess characters.
What a reveal.
Where I was also like, she didn't do anything wrong. Why are we persecuting her?
It's fair. Josh?
Yeah, that's a good mention. I felt like I had to look at some of the Edward Scissorhands performances, and the number one on that list to me has to be Kathy Baker. I think just an incredible performance that is so fun and energetic, and it was tough competition because there's a lot of good people in that movie, but I think Kathy Baker is the one that I would single out.
Diane Weiss was one for me that
she's good too.
Mention. I think she's incredible in that.
I love the
I feel like Diane Weiss is a lead in that movie, but
you think so? Okay. All right. I can put aside that conversation for a minute if you want. That's okay. That's a lot of good names.
I had a couple more, and I think we kind of have already decided, but let's just talk about amazing performances, right?
Exactly. Let's do it.
I also really love Cher in Mermaids. I think just this chaotic mom from the 1960s, the single mom raising Winona Ryder and just trying her best, and she's so funny and just so messy, but in such an endearing way, and I really love her. I think Pamela Reed in Kindergarten Cop is a delight, and I think Bonnie Bedelia from Presumed Innocent is really good too. I think her monologue at the end where she's, spoiler alert, describing what she did is so great, and I just had to shout those out.
To nobody's surprise, Madonna in Dick Tracy is
yes.
the choice I would pick. Obviously,
it took long enough for you to mention her.
It's a good
hey,
one.
I'm
it's like, wow,
trying to reserve my energy a little bit. But also Jennifer Jason Leigh in Miami Blues. Love that movie and performance. And Maria de Medeiros in Henry and June.
Yeah. I would like to mention the female performances in Mo Better Blues. Actually, no, they're all terrible. Because I love Spike, but God, he can't write a female. He cannot write a female character to save his life. Good Lord. No, these are all great choices, but I know where my vote's going. Karen, where's your vote going?
I'm sticking with Whoopi.
Oh no, for the for the person to get in.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Spoiler alert. I'm sticking
Spoiler
with
alert,
Whoopi.
we're sticking with Whoopi.
Shirley MacLaine.
Shirley MacLaine. Same for me. Josh?
Yeah, like as much as I would love Kathy Baker in this lineup, I just feel like if as I mentioned, it seems like actual oversight that Shirley MacLaine is not in this lineup. And we have to correct that.
It's absurd. It's an absurd oversight.
I kind of wonder if it was like when people were voting, if it came down to like between her and Diane Ladd, because I think the reason Mary McDonnell gets in is because, I mean, she's in the Best Picture winner. So, yeah, I wonder if McLean was like the number 6 here.
Yeah, I mean, like Goodfellas, Dances with Wolves,
Best Picture
Ghost is Grifters, and Grifters is like right on the cusp. Of it.
Director.
Yeah. And then, so Ladd's the only one where she's got the single nom. Yeah, totally, Karen. Erik, your opinion doesn't matter, but I'm assuming you're going with Shirley MacLaine. Okay, cool. Anyway.
Josh is right. This is and should largely be about righting a wrong.
Yes.
And MacLaine was deeply wronged.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So Karen is sticking with Whoopi now.
Yes, I am. Sorry.
And as we transition from Whoopi,
in my brain, we had already decided on Shirley MacLaine. So.
No, that's fair.
That's why
Shirley
I was
MacLaine,
moving
Diane Ladd, Lorraine Bracco, Annette Bening, Whoopi Goldberg. Those are our picks. Karen's going with Whoopi. Josh.
Yeah, I am also going to stick with Whoopi Goldberg. If this was any other year, though, I actually would be tempted to vote for Annette Bening because I really do love her in The Grifters. And I think it is, to me, by far the best of her Oscar nominations. But Whoopi Goldberg in Ghost is like what can you say? It's incredible. Like everything that she does in that movie, you talk about quotable too.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, like it's just so good. There's no way I can't vote for Whoopi Goldberg.
Erik?
There's a thing about this nomination and this win that just feels like this is, and I think voters sort of maybe felt a little bit like that too. Like this is the time, it's the only time probably that this will ever happen. And it is such a great example of a persona and a performance merging because it's Whoopi Goldberg 100% through. You feel all of her stand-up and all of her that you know of her from anything else, but it's the only way this performance could have been played and should have been played. So as much as I want to pick MacLaine or Bening, I would probably also go with Goldberg.
It doesn't matter what I say.
You're right. It doesn't. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Most things,
no. Hear me out. I think all 5 of these performances are incredible.
Are you gonna pick Bracco?
No, I'm not. She would be my 5.
Ladd, honestly, is.
That's who I'm going with. I think she's.
Maybe it should have been Forced to Tie.
I think she's incredible and Wild at Heart. One of my favorite David Lynch films, and absolutely just insane nomination. It's such a crazy performance. I don't understand how it even got nominated. Like, I guess you're right, Erik, to your point, those dinners really did work. Because I mean, you watch that film, you're like, she's acting on another level that is insane throughout from her career. And then you just see this, and it's that level of dedication of that. It's so out there and strange because it's a Lynch film too, but it all connects beautifully to the story. And you feel her throughout that entire performance, and that betting is incredible in The Grifters. Shirley MacLaine, I'm just gonna say this about this performance. It is when we watched that movie and we talked about it on Director Watch, such a heartbreaking performance because she knew Debbie Reynolds, obviously Carrie Fisher writing about her mother is so personal. The wig scene in the hospital between her and Meryl Streep, just the connection that the two of those have as well, in the film, it's incredible acting, of somebody that is Hollywood royalty herself, playing someone loosely, playing someone that's Hollywood royalty, but bringing her own baggage into that character. And yeah, and then you have Whoopi Goldberg, who it's the stars aligned. It showcases her entire range as a performer in the best way, and what we love about Whoopi Goldberg. So she's keeping this Oscar. But honestly, you really couldn't go wrong with pretty much any one of them except Bracco, who is like, to your point, Eric, just like she's giving a good performance in that movie, but clearly not the most memorable thing about that movie. And
I
is
think she's very memorable, but it's a bit limited.
yeah, it's limited in what it can do, but
It's also the role, though.
That's
yeah,
what I mean. It's
the film does a good job though at the beginning, showing through Karen's, again, not our Karen, through Karen's eyes, her going into this world in a different kind of innocence, because normally people don't want to go into this, and yet Henry from the get-go, he wants to be a gangster, and it's the only other narration we have in the film is through Karen, and I find that really interesting.
I forget what happens when we have a tie. It's whoever our second is, and like
Yeah, but we don't have a tie. It's
I don't know. What if I change my mind?
well, too late. Whoopi's already on the page. I already wrote it down. Whoopi's keeping her Oscar.
Diane Ladd Oscar winner. Think about
Josh, best actor.
Best actor. Okay, we have Jeremy Irons for The Reversal of Fortune, who was the winner. Kevin Costner for Dances with Wolves. Robert De Niro for Awakenings. Gerard Depardieu for Cyrano de Bergerac, and Richard Harris for The Field.
Jesus. Again. Choices were made in this category. Josh, who are you taking out?
Well, I admit I have not seen The Field. I didn't get to that one in time. I apologize.
It's about a field. You're fine.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But also, like, Costner does not need this nomination for acting. No, not at all. And as I mentioned, I think we can always take something away from Gerard Depardieu.
He's actually good in the film. He is actually good. That's the thing. He's not the one I would take. He's not one of the ones I'd take out of the category. Honestly,
out over somebody else.
I would easily take out Costner.
Yeah,
he's just
100%.
in that era of just like questionable performances. This is maybe
and he
the
can
best.
be a good actor.
He can be a good actor.
Yeah.
That's not the issue. It's that
he's great in just 1 year in JFK.
Yeah, but also he's got. You can tell it's a performance by a guy who's got a million other things he's got to do for this film too, to make it work. And the performance is the one part of the film that I think lags in his duties. And Richard Harris in The Field is who I would take out. That's just a pretty it's pretty forgettable for me.
I like this nomination.
Of course,
kind of traditional and classic.
Yeah.
I would take out Costner and De Niro.
De Niro.
I would take out Everything Awakens.
Okay, Karen.
Spoiler. I would actually take out Costner and Jeremy Irons for similar reasons. I think both of them have been so much better in other movies, and I find both of their performances just kind of bland.
I will say,
and I love Jeremy Irons, but
I do too. And for a while, like, Jeremy Irons was my number one in this category, but I watched it again, and it's like, I think he's good in the movie, but he did not like blow me away as much as I remembered that performance doing the first time. And I think I would still keep him in the lineup personally, but yeah, it was not as much of a performance that I loved on this latest go around.
Okay,
I think he's great, but if it had been, Dead Ringers instead,
exactly.
that that came out here, and
yeah,
that would have been
which he basically
incredible.
kind of said too that effect in his Oscar speech.
Been like
Absolutely.
900 other performances that he's given.
Yeah, this is a great time to be Jeremy Irons.
Yeah.
He's the greatest Disney villain ever. He's Scar.
He is that.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which wouldn't have happened without this.
Correct. Honestly, you're right.
So
there you go. Costner's out. Sounds like Karen put up Irons. I put up Harris. Josh.
I think everyone else got one more.
Everybody got one.
Yeah, Eric said De Niro.
Harris, Depardieu.
Josh had said Depardieu.
And Irons got one. So
I think it says a lot about this category.
Yeah, that's a really
it's not a great category.
No, it's not.
I have 10 names to replace.
Ooh. I don't know if it is as terrible of getting getting rid of everybody.
No, I don't think
no. But we just have to.
That'd be kind of fun.
It would be kind of fun.
But because we each have
one.
Was somebody like really strong about who they want to get rid of?
No.
I'm not really like strong. I could go either way. I mean, like I'm fine with keeping.
My problem is that I'm fine with not going with Jeremy Irons. I just don't know who I would pick instead.
But for right now, Kevin Costner's gone.
Yes, Kevin Costner's gone.
We don't have to worry about
Costner. We all
Irons,
agreed on.
De Niro, Depardieu, and Harris. See, we have to convince each other. We have to.
I think Gerard Depardieu is actually giving a good performance, even though he's a piece of shit human being. Like
I think Depardieu.
I'm willing to accept that.
Yeah,
giving a good performance.
Yeah,
well.
that's a good movie. Even though, like, yes, he's a turd sandwich. Richard Harris has. Karen, have you seen The Field?
I have not.
Okay, Josh.
I haven't either. So
Eric, you love it because it's old man in the field.
I'm loving it, but in this case, getting rid of him due to lack of seeing it or remembering it is perfectly
that
fine.
doesn't feel fair. So
no, it's fine.
Oh, it's fine.
I would fold there pretty easily.
Okay.
All right, then let's just get rid of Richard Harris and
Awakenings.
Yeah, I know. But I kind of feel like De Niro already nominated here. Then it's for Goodfellas. That's what I just always think about. It's for Goodfellas and for this. It's just, okay. So Harris and Costner are out.
Yeah, I have 12 names.
Jesus Christ.
For replacement that are better than I think anyone on this list, except for I don't know, maybe one.
We'll throw out a name. I mean,
well,
I know where you're going, so just say it. Say one.
Scott, longtime companion.
There you go. All right, there you go. Karen, you got a name?
James Caan for Misery.
It's good. Josh?
Well, not to go from one piece of shit to another who's giving a good performance, but I was going to say Johnny Depp and Edward Scissorhands.
He's really good.
Also,
Gabriel Byrne.
Yep.
Miller's Crossing. Ray Liotta.
I have Ray Liotta as well.
Ray Liotta.
Really, just honestly, a sin. How do they? That movie is. It. I don't understand how that performance is nominated. It doesn't make any sense. It's never made any sense to me. Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger in Total Recall. I'm gonna throw it out there.
All right.
If I was gonna vote for Arnold Schwarzenegger, it'd probably be for Kindergarten Cop.
I think I would also go in that direction, but
Nicolas Cage, Wild at Heart.
100%.
100%.
I want to shout out Kevin Kline in I Love You to Death, one of my absolute favorite comedies that year.
Mm-hmm.
He's amazing.
Where are we at with
Greaseball Italian?
Where are we at with Richard Gere and Pretty Woman?
I don't have him.
Yeah.
No.
I think he's good in the movie, though.
Yeah.
Just worth a
I
conversation.
think he's there.
I
He's
don't
fine.
think so.
Denzel.
Not over Denzel Washington,
Mo Better Blues.
Antonio Banderas, Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down.
Oh.
I really like Tom Hanks in Joe versus the Volcano. I love
Yes.
that movie, guys. I love it.
It might be a top 3 performance from him. Sorry, but
Yeah.
it's a great film.
Antonio Banderas, by the way, can do that to me anytime he would like. It's totally okay. It's
Especially in that movie.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Anytime he's with Almodovar, really. Yeah,
it is a magic combination.
It really is. It's one of the greats. That's why, they have to keep making movies. They shouldn't have stopped making movies for so long.
Yeah. We did mention Gabriel Byrne, right?
I said that, yeah, for Miller's Crossing. Connery for The Hunt for Red October. I
was thinking that
crazy performance. That's crazy good. I like how they do that thing at the beginning, which is such a great job by McTiernan too. They know that he's playing a Russian, so they have to switch up the dialogue as if it's picked up on some sort of other frequency or something. I don't know that they bend the rules in the first 5 minutes of that movie. So then
they have characters speaking Russian and then they switch to English so that you understand when you hear these characters speak English, they're actually speaking Russian.
Exactly.
Because yes, Sean Connery's not putting on.
He's not going to do it. There's just no way he's going to,
And honestly, he shouldn't.
No, he shouldn't. But it's just a great.
He should be pronouncing those Russian names with his Scottish accent.
The only time that's ever happened again is in the Mission Impossible films, is in the tip to that when they did the submarine sequence in the 7th one. But it's such a cool thing that movie can only that movie can get away with. What about?
I also want to add, obviously, of course, Warren Beatty.
I was just gonna say, where's Warren Beatty
and Alan Rickman, Truly Madly Deeply.
I love Alan Rickman in that movie. It's so good.
It's such a
Karen, did you have another one?
I would also just like to recognize Macaulay Culkin, who is a child star in Home Alone, and he is annoying in that movie because he's playing 9-year-olds are annoying, and he does such a good job with it though, because that movie wouldn't work if you just hated that kid and were totally rooting for the bad guys. So
no, I mean, he should go to prison for what he does to that house.
He cleaned it up before his parents got home. He didn't even know they were coming.
The power of movies, right? When you're just like, wow, how did he get all that cleaned up?
The number of counts of attempted murder alone. He should never be out of jail.
No.
But look at that face. How could you convict that?
I'm telling you, where is he at now? What elaborate
he already got a presidential pardon.
He's hanging with Jay.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jay's catching strays. All right. Who are we throwing in? Who are the two?
I mean, Ray Liotta, I do feel like that's another one where, if you
how is he not in?
Yeah, how do you not go for him?
Pretty criminal.
Yeah. It's the Shirley MacLaine thing too, of how did you, what are you?
Quite.
I mean, kind of to that extent. He's the lead of that movie. I mean, they at least nominated Streep for
multiple nominee and then winner, and then it didn't happen.
Whatever. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
you nominated in supporting.
I'm cool with Liotta.
Yeah,
I would tip my last choice between Johnny Depp, Campbell Scott, and Antonio Banderas.
I was going to go Johnny Depp
for those.
I would go with Gabriel Byrne from Miller's Crossing. I think he's carrying that thing on his shoulders.
So wait, so there's two Johnny Depp.
I was
our problematic king.
Yeah.
Karen, where are we going?
I was gonna vote for Tom Hanks, but I'm leaning toward Johnny Depp. What is happening?
Yeah,
Johnny Depp.
He's so good in that movie, though.
He really is.
The way
Johnny Depp and Gerard Depardieu. What a party!
I know, Jesus Christ. But the way that he is so expressive without much dialogue is just a really marvel to witness. And not endorsing him as a person, but it really is a great performance in that film.
And he had Crybaby, I think, this year too. Also,
it's a big year for him.
Perfect great casting.
He was a good actor.
Yeah, he was.
Just just a piece of shit.
He's beautiful.
Not an exclusive club just for him.
Just no.
Right.
There's so many people. It's the know. Irons, De Niro.
This is wild.
Gerard Depardieu, Johnny Depp, Ray Liotta. What a lineup!
Did John Voight not make a movie this year, or James Woods? What are we doing here?
What about Mel? Where was Mel?
Where's Mel?
I'm just imagining now like a conversation that Gerard Depardieu and Johnny Depp are having, and then Jeremy Irons walks up and says, "Hey, can I explain to you some thoughts about gay marriage?"
Oh, Jesus.
At the Oscars luncheon.
Yeah.
Just hanging out at the same table.
Oh my God. Josh, who would you vote for? Good Lord. The show.
Yeah, see, the thing about this is that because I was with Jeremy Irons for so long, I don't know if I'm still there anymore. And it does feel like I've lost the cornerstone of the category now, and I feel a little lost in terms of who I would pick. But I do think I am gonna say Ray Liotta. I do think that you look at that movie and he is the central anchor to everything. And it is sometimes easy to forget that. But he is the element that is bringing you along throughout every element of that story. And just to see him go from very in control to him losing it in the last act when he's just high on cocaine. Like, yes, the filmmaking is what does sell a lot of that, but it is also his performance. And when it gets so depressing and sad towards the end, you really do feel for him. Even though he is a terrible person, you feel the loss with that character. And I think it is very impressive and extremely underrated work. So yeah, I'm going to give him his flowers and say that he's going to get my vote.
Mel had Hamlet this year.
Yeah, that's right. He could have been. He could have been here.
Could have been. John Voight was in a movie called Eternity, which was one of the worst films of the year. So just putting it out there for your buddies there, Eric. Who you voting for?
I am going to join Josh and vote for Ray Liotta in what I believe to be the best coke addled performance of all time. Whether that might have been really happening at the time or not doesn't really matter to me. It's the best coke performance I think I've ever seen.
Well, I mean, it wasn't from the director. He was sober by that point, but he could give some pointers.
Yeah.
Karen?
Similar to what I was just saying about Macaulay Culkin being like just terrible and annoying throughout the movie, but it doesn't work without him being also very watchable. I have to vote for Ray Liotta for very similar reasons.
Liotta's going to get it across the board.
Easy.
Just
I
because
didn't expect that. Yeah.
just because of the other ones we put in. No, I'm just kidding.
It feels so egregious that he was not nominated to me.
It does, and it is because it is, and I'm going to push back on you, Eric, a little bit here. I do think it is even more egregious than someone like Shirley MacLaine. The movie was nominated picture director, 2 supporting performances, screenplay, below the line. And he's the clear lead of the film, and he's narrating the damn thing.
Those are 2 different conversations. I don't disagree that in the context of everything that Goodfellas got, him missing does not make a lick of sense. But he is not the same as Shirley MacLaine. So,
I agree.
No,
2 different conversations.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah, do you
but
know? I feel like
I wouldn't compare it.
You're explaining it.
No, I would say his is. I would say his is. What doesn't make more sense? Honestly,
no. With this lineup, it doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Richard Harris makes no sense.
That fucking field
lineup.
That fucking field, just sitting out there, man.
Like, let's be real, people.
Ray Liotta, Best Actor winner.
I'm very happy about that.
R.I.P.
It's pretty cool. Honestly,
that's the other thing too about this performance too. Liotta never got back to something like this ever again. He never got a quality performance like this in his career. He never gave one, I think, nearly as good as this. He may have given some good performances, but nothing as great as this, which is interesting.
He didn't even get invited back to the reunion party that was The Irishman.
No, he did not. They did not have he could have played like what, the Bobby Cannavale part?
They could have found something.
Found
I remember he even
to
talked
do.
about that, and he said, like, yeah, Irishman, it's a good movie. Looked like it would have been fun to be a part of. Don't know why I didn't get invited.
I heard he auditioned for Hoffa and didn't get it. Which is, no, I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's true. Erik, Best Actress.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
This is I don't even know what to do with this category. We have our winner, Kathy Bates for Misery, Angelica Houston for The Grifters, Julia Roberts for Pretty Woman, Meryl Streep for Postcards from the Edge, and Joanne Woodward for Mr. and Mrs. Bridge.
I like this category.
I would like to keep this as is.
I have 4 performances to choose from, but I don't know if I would honestly replace anybody here.
Yeah.
It's a pretty perfect lineup.
Great lead actress year. In that case.
Throw out the names, Erik. Let's throw out names before we eliminate.
Susan Sarandon in The White Palace, Victoria Abril for Time Me Up, Time Me Down, Juliet Stevenson, Truly Madly Deeply, and Anne Perriot for Nikita.
Karen?
I actually didn't have any
names down.
People, yeah, I didn't have any names down because I just love this lineup and I don't want to replace anybody from it.
Fair. Josh.
Yeah, I'm sort of in the same boat, Karen. Like, I looked at this list and like it's pretty perfect as is.
They haven't had one of these in a while, and I think
honestly, if I'm ranking them, there is somebody that would obviously be at number 5, but I still really liked that performance, and I didn't really feel the need to kick anybody out because nobody felt like it was an egregious place that they were taking up. They're all great performances.
You can say the name, Josh. You can say it.
I mean, I think for me it would be Joanne Woodward, but I still love her in that movie, and I love that film too.
I would never kick Joanne Woodward out of this lineup.
No,
not in a million years.
Richard Harris.
No, she's not in a field. She's on the bridge. No, I think she's in the car. She's stuck in the car is what she is.
Okay.
I think that this is a perfect lineup. This is the kind of lineup that you should kind of have. No, in a given year, because it has different kinds of performances, different kinds of films inside of it, and great actresses, in all these performances. And so I would not touch this at all. I would keep it as is. And I wouldn't replace him with a single person. And I think that's what we are going to do, which makes makes that part easy. Now, who are we giving it to for the win? Erik.
Fuck off. I love Robert's star making. Absolutely great casting. I think Streep is so funny here. I miss her ability to be nominated for great comedic performances because she's been snubbed so many times for great ones and then picked for just really boring dramatic ones. I think Bates's win here and just getting in is a semi-miracle. I think what Houston does here is, I mean, they're both villains. They're both wonderful lead villains. Desperate. This is incredibly difficult, but I want Angelica Houston to have a lead Oscar, and this is what I want.
Okay. Karen?
I don't often get starstruck. One of the only times that I've ever been speechless meeting somebody was when I met Kathy Bates. That woman is amazing and she's terrifying and she's also really kind. And I think that her performance as Annie Wilkes is one of the best female villain performances ever on screen, and I love that she won for that, and I absolutely would not take that away from hers. And so, Kathy Bates.
Josh.
Yeah, I think I have to vote for Kathy Bates as well. Like, just another one that is an incredibly iconic performance. And, we mentioned this before when we talked about 75, also with Best Actress, about how villainous female characters hardly ever do win. And I think it is notable when they do. And for something as definitive as this kind of performance feels at times, especially in Bates's career, I just feel like there's no other way I can go except to keep that decision with that performance winning an Oscar, which does feel like a miracle on so many levels, and I continue to appreciate it.
Complete oversight on my part of not mentioning Paul Newman for Mr. and Mrs. Bridge in the actor conversation, who gives an equally great performance in the film. I watched all of these films minus Postcards because I'd seen it earlier this year. So I watched all other 4 this week. So this actress list has been fresh on my mind this year because of the Director Watch episode, because of our ranking episodes that you can find at awardswatch.com if you can bear the audio. And
some opinions that were flying on that episode.
That's part of the show.
Yeah. You're actually lucky I wasn't there because
all right, Josh. Okay. All right.
Sorry, I'm never letting Michelle Yeoh and your comments about her go. I'm sorry. It's never going to happen.
It's a D.
Well, Kevin got angry voice like maybe for the first time ever.
Yeah, I've never seen Kevin Jacobson angry.
I've never seen Kevin so mad. So I was like, you go, girl.
Yeah. You're welcome. Sometimes you just, I'm just speaking my truth. I think Joanne Woodward's incredible. I wouldn't kick her out of this lineup. I don't think she's the 5. I actually think Julia Roberts is the 5 for me, and that's a great performance, and I would never kick her out. Meryl Streep's giving one of the best performances of her career. It's so good. Also being like friends with Carrie Fisher and playing a version of your friend and going through that has got to just be. There's so much that she's doing in that film. So versatile of a performance. Kathy Bates, we gave her an A in the tier ranking. You can argue she's in an S tier. Just one of the great, like Karen said, one of the great villains of all time. And then Angelica Houston, one of the great presences on screen. Her and the Grifters, it's such a twisty performance. And for the sake of the fun, I'm going to give it to Angelica Houston for the Grifters, so we have a tie. That being said, my runner-up is Kathy Bates.
My runner-up is also Kathy Bates. I don't know if this is going to... We'll see what Karen and Josh have to say. If this is going to help. Would we have to go to the third?
If it's Karen, who's your runner-up?
Probably Meryl.
Meryl, okay. And then Josh?
Yeah, I think Meryl is also my runner-up.
All right, so that would make Kathy Bates the winner by the second votes.
Yeah,
so
not a preferential ballot.
Yeah. Great performance.
They're all great performances.
Yeah,
the best.
Really no wrong
Kathy
way to
Bates,
go with this category.
Kathy Bates' performance inside this era of Rob Reiner when he used to know how to make movies. One of the best performances, probably the best performance he ever got. She's so good. Karen mentioned James Caan earlier. When she takes the book and burns it, and he has to sit there and rewrite it. Funny story. Tell the story about Misery. Is my dad and my uncle rented it at Blockbuster, and my mom and my aunt said we want to watch it with you guys. They hadn't seen it yet, so they said fine. We'll wait for you because they had both my dad and my uncle had read the book and they were ready to watch this thing, and they couldn't wait. So they're watching the movie, and she whacks the legs and everything, and they're just terrified, and they're just rooting for him to get her because she's, it's Annie Wilkes. And By the time they got back from the store, they must have been in the store for 2 hours. Jesus. My aunt and my mom came back and they said, okay, we'll watch it with you. And they said, no, we watched it. You got to watch it on your own. We're not watching that again. And they were just like holding their legs. They're like, you don't want to watch it. It's rough. It's a lot. And it was such a movie. I remember my dad telling me, it's like, it is an experience that you're just not going to forget. And Kathy Bates embodies this character who is just like pure evil. And she's great in this movie. And Karen, I would be extremely intimidated to meet Kathy Bates. I watched the Actors on Actors with her and Billy Bob Thornton, and I was scared for Billy Bob Thornton in that earlier this year. Don't, if you call her Catherine, make sure you're talking about her, not Catherine Zeta-Jones. She'll kill Sean Connery. It's a great performance. Also, not to give him any damn credit this week, that son of a bitch, Ben Mankiewicz. But CBS in the Morning, when she did an interview this year and she saw that moment about that she never thought she thanked her mom, and she actually did, and she got choked up. One of the most beautiful moments I saw this year, online viral clips. Not from the source. The source can rot right now, but great moment for Kathy Bates, and she keeps her Oscar. All right.
Yeah.
Final two categories. Karen, Best Director.
Okay. We have our winner, Kevin Costner for Dances with Wolves, Francis Ford Coppola for The Godfather Part 3, Martin Scorsese for Goodfellas, Stephen Frears for The Grifters, and Barbette Schroeder for Reversal of Fortune. Is it Barbette or Barbet?
I thought it was Barbet,
Corbett or Corbet?
Yeah.
Anyway, Reversal of Fortune.
Yeah.
Well, we could kick out Kevin Costner.
I think it's easily Costner and Coppola.
Coppola, the hero worship of Coppola being in here is revolting.
Yeah.
Because this movie sucks shit.
I would kick out Schroeder, but that would just be me. I mean,
I don't find his direction to be that special in Reversal of Fortune, I will admit, but I feel like Coppola being here is more just on name recognition, and that I feel more.
I think the film's decent, like handsomely directed. I just don't think I think it's a little bit better than Reversal of Fortune. I mean, like we're splitting hairs here, Josh. You know what I mean? Like I agree with you. I would rewatch. But again, I'm judging this off the 90s cut, not the new cut.
Yeah, we're not talking about Coda. We're talking about the movie.
I mean, it's still directed within the same style as the other two films for me. And whether it's nostalgia or not, I would go with Coppola there because I actually will remember scenes from that movie and some of the set design.
I don't actually hate Godfather Part 3 like other people, but I do recognize how much of an inferior product it is when you compare it to the other ones.
I'm not saying it's a masterpiece or anything. I just don't think some people think it is the worst movie ever made. And
nobody thinks it's the worst movie ever made. You're being dramatic.
I think people have been dramatic
though.
I think, there you go. I do think people are being absolute. You just literally contradicted yourself. I exactly to my point. Don't need to say anything more than that right there. But it seems like Coppola and Costner are the ones that got the votes.
If we could kick out 3, I would say
yes.
Schroeder,
I think
just doing 2, I would say it's Coppola and Costner.
Yeah.
In terms of direction, I mean, I'm not trying to defend Dances with Wolves here at all, but I think Costner's direction of that movie is more interesting than what Schroeder does with Reversal of Fortune, personally.
I mean, that is fair. I would say in terms of scope. I think Coppola and Schroeder
whether it's 1990 or 2025. He creates himself to be a Christ-like, literal, arms out figure, and that is a directorial choice.
Yeah,
that is a fair point. I mean, like I said, I'm not here to defend Dances with Wolves, and I'm fine taking it out of the lineup. I just, looking at the directing category, I feel like what Costner does is more interesting to watch. I think Reversal of Fortune is very straightforward. I don't think it does a lot of innovation on any level, And yeah.
If we could get rid of 3, I would get rid of those 3.
Yeah, I agree. I'm totally fine. I'm not saying like I'm not defending Costner and I'm not trying to stick up for him.
Josh,
I'm just explaining why my vote is with Schroeder instead.
Josh, have we been in rules before?
We're not kicking 3 people out of the category.
Yeah,
we're not doing that.
I'm just saying. I'm asking
for it.
Yeah.
I will say though, it would be very funny given what we have done to Dances with Wolves so far and what we will probably do to it in Best Picture if it manages to survive the Best Director nomination and it gets kicked out everywhere else. That would be very funny. But if we just want to be consistent with how we're treating the movie, then we can still do that. But from a
kicked out Graham Greene,
very funny.
Yeah, I'm fine with Coppola and Costner.
Yeah, that still feels right.
I just, it's just weird. Yeah, if we had 3, it would totally be that. Okay. Yeah. We've had worse other like leftover people in categories before, right, Josh? So, all right. We'll start.
I've got 5.
I've got 6.
I'll start with the Coen brothers for Miller's Crossing.
That's 1.
Well, technically, it's just Joel Coen, right?
Yeah, it's technically just Joel.
That's right, because that's before. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Well, technically on the Criterion, it has them as both, but
but in 1990,
it was
yes.
It was just Joel. I know.
To get the nomination.
Like technically, retroactively, they've done that, but in that
done
time,
it from the beginning. But
I know. Yeah. Paul Verhoeven, Total Recall.
Oh my God.
Let's do it.
Did not see that coming.
I want that Dutch pervert at the Oscars. Sorry, Karen.
I have Rob Reiner for Misery and Tim Burton for Edward Scissorhands.
Those are my other 2.
I also have obviously Warren Beatty for Dick Tracy. I still think it's the best comic book movie of all time. Norman Renee for Longtime Companion. Pedro Almodovar for Time Me Down, and David Lynch for Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
That's where my head is at. But yeah, Tim Burton this is his best
film. Anybody else? I'm just going to throw in that cool nomination, but then I just realized that's a 91 release. Never mind. Spike Lee, Mo Better Blues. I think Spike.
The rest of the movie was as good.
I think his direction in it's really good. Did anybody say Mike Nichols for Postcards from the Edge?
No, great choice though, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. What are we putting in?
Well, I would say top 2 for me would be Coen and Burton.
Coen and Verhoeven for me. I'm gonna beat that drum.
Mine are Burton and Reiner.
Burton and Reiner. Was that Eric? Oh.
Coen and Warren Beatty.
Ooh. Coen and Warren Beatty. All right.
That's hard because all these other ones I have are so stylistic, and Longtime Companion is not stylistic, but I want it in here. I just have to go with the likelihood of certain things versus just what I want. It's a game of votes. It's not a game of what's in my heart.
I think Joel Coen's in from the votes.
There's 2, and me, right?
No, Josh has.
No, I had Coen.
Yeah,
it's 3.
Oh,
okay.
It's 3. Okay.
Yeah,
I think there's 2 for Burton, right?
There are 2 for Burton. 1 Verhoeven and 1 Beatty.
And 1 Reiner.
Yeah.
And 1 Reiner.
Yeah.
Karen, you wanna go for Paul Verhoeven?
No.
Okay.
If I'm gonna switch votes,
Damn
I'm
it.
going with Warren Beatty.
Oh.
Let's go, Karen. Let's do
Yes.
it. Let's do it.
I could be down for that, honestly. I could also be down for Tim Burton. I could sway either way. Both stylistic choices.
Yeah.
Except for yeah, that's fine. Yes.
Karen's like, yes, either one, Ryan.
If I can get Karen on board, yeah, I will do.
Yeah, I'm with Beatty.
Oh, okay. So Josh has lost his contingent.
I don't agree with that, but if that is what the consensus is at, then I'll accept it.
Go Warren
Well, I was
Beatty.
switching from Reiner, so my Burton vote still stands.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See? That's how you play the game. Oh, so that kind of is me then at that point to pick between Warren Beatty and Tim Burton. You know what? I'm gonna go with Tim Burton. For Edward Scissorhands.
Shoot. I'm sorry, Eric. I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, you don't have to apologize. Ryan's the one that's gonna have to pay for that. And boy, will he.
Listen.
You wait.
It's a great movie. What do you if we could replace 3? Warren Beatty be right there?
It's too late now. I couldn't change my vote. So
you didn't want to help me out, buddy.
Your choices are poor. So why would I want to do that?
I'm just glad we didn't get Madonna in supporting actress. Anyway,
that was never going to happen.
That was never going to happen. Tim Burton, Edward Scissorhands, Joel Cohen, Miller's Crossing, Martin Scorsese, Goodfellas, Stephen Frears, The Grifters, and what did we say Schroeder's first name was? I'm not even going to do it. Brady Corbet Schroeder for Reversal of Fortune. Karen, who's your winner?
I'm righting a wrong and voting for Martin Scorsese.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this guy called Martin Scorsese. It's ridiculous that he only has a win for The Departed. Honestly, we could probably void out that Departed win if they would have given him this. And
I don't know. I kind of still think he would have still won, but then he'd be 2 times.
But then he'd be 2. Yeah. But there was that whole that's why I think it started because in that season, if I'm not mistaken,
what was it going to be Babel?
Well, I mean, they loved him the next decade, you know what I mean, twice.
Well, but you know what? Maybe if we had done it for Babel, then they wouldn't have felt the need to keep rewarding him later.
That's fair.
On.
But Babel's a worse film than those 2 films.
I agree.
So that Babel
Things
is
happened
awful.
the way that they were going to happen.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have, though. We're going to correct those mistakes down the road. Josh, your winner.
Yeah, it's Martin Scorsese. I think Goodfellas probably is my favorite of his movies, and I know that's such a boring answer, but I watched that movie and it still gives me the same feeling as the first time I saw it of just so much electricity within the filmmaking. And it is the movie that I think for a lot of people, when you think of Martin Scorsese, you think of Goodfellas, and a large part of that is how he is handling that material. So yeah, to me, it's very easily a vote for Martin Scorsese.
It's a great film. Sometimes the easy answer is the correct answer.
Yeah.
When you're talking about somebody's best film. And it's like what we talked about a couple weeks ago. It's like, oh, Jaws. That's your favorite Steven Spielberg film? It's like, yeah, because it rules. So Eric?
Well,
not that it matters.
Not that it matters.
It won't change anything, but your opinion matters, Eric.
I can mute him.
If I was a petty person, and I'm certainly not at all, I would not pick Martin Scorsese and go with Brady Corbet Schroeder or whatever. But no, it's Martin Scorsese.
It's a clean sweep.
Easily. How could it not have been?
Yeah.
I would have been stunned. No matter what this configuration of us would have been, I would have been stunned for that not to be the case.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Best Picture. Dances with Wolves was our winner. Awakenings, Ghosts, The Godfather Part 3, and Goodfellas. I feel like I know the 3 films that are going to get kicked out of this lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to
rights.
I think it's going to be Dances with Wolves, The Godfather Part 3, and Awakenings.
Correct.
Karen?
Yeah. I'm not going to defend Awakenings, but I wouldn't personally vote for it. But there's not anything else that I mean, those are the obvious 3. So
yeah.
Keeping Ghost and Goodfellas.
Love it.
Okay. What are we throwing in? Miller's Crossing?
Yeah, Miller's Crossing, definitely.
Edward Scissorhands. Dick Tracy.
Longtime companion.
Misery.
Tremors.
The Grifters.
The Grifters.
Grifters. Wild at Heart.
Postcards from the Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Hunt for Red October. What else? The Field.
Yeah. Shut up. My God.
Did you get me saying Tremors?
Yes.
Yeah. I just always need to make sure Tremors is in the conversation because it's like a perfect movie to me.
We did get Fred Ward in, right? That happened.
Yes.
That did happen.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
That did happen.
Excellent.
Okay.
I know my 3. My 3 are locked in.
Eric, Days of Thunder, Karen? I'll throw it out there.
I love that movie, but no.
No? Okay. Home Alone.
Home Alone, I love. Yeah.
It's a very good movie.
Field of 10. We could have a lot of fun here.
If we had a Field of 10, see, we should have. I feel like Josh would probably say no.
Next year we can talk about that.
Josh would say no to it because, we got to keep to our rules.
These episodes are also long enough. We do not have time to then also create a whole new 10 Best Picture lineup.
That's that.
Yeah. Okay. Eric, what are your 3?
Miller's Crossing, Longtime Companion, and Dick Tracy. I think I'm kind of immovable.
What was the second one? I'm sorry.
Miller's Crossing, Longtime Companion, and Dick Tracy.
Okay. Karen.
If you need to curry votes, then let's talk.
Okay. Karen.
Mine are Misery, The Grifters, and Dick Tracy.
Okay. Josh.
I am Miller's Crossing, Longtime Companion, and Tremors.
Okay. I'm Miller's Crossing. And I would throw in Dick Tracy. And I would then consider for my final spot Wild at Heart. So we've got.
That means it's Longtime Companion because it has 2?
Yeah, I think
so.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
All right.
Josh, I knew I could count on you.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm so happy right now.
Okay.
So what are they then, Ryan?
It is Goodfellas. It is Ghost. It is Longtime Companion. It is Dick Tracy. And it is Miller's Crossing.
Oh my God.
Okay.
This is a great lineup.
This is a pretty good lineup. Josh, go ahead and start off for us.
Yeah, I'll start off, which I think might be what most of us are going to say anyway, which is obviously Goodfellas. Like, it is kind of the defining movie of this year, and we constantly talk about this film as being quote unquote robbed for Best Picture, and probably of the many times Scorsese was at the bat, this is the one that feels the most right to have won. And it may be consensus in the culture, but I'm not going to buck it here. It would, to me, be the very clear Best Picture winner.
Karen?
I'm going to vote for just kidding. Goodfellas. No, I think so. Goodfellas I love it. It's a great movie. It's not my personal favorite Scorsese, but I think that it is definitely one of his very best films. And I think this movie is so much of why so many people think that he only does gangster movies is because when he does them very well. And
Yeah.
Goodfellas is the pinnacle of that. And it should have been the Best Picture winner in 1990, and I think we can fix that today.
Karen, what is your favorite Martin Scorsese film?
The King of Comedy.
Oh, that's a great film.
That's a good movie.
That's a damn good choice. Damn good choice.
Thank you.
Josh, you said this one's your favorite, right?
Yeah, I think I would have to say it is Goodfellas, but I do love King of Comedy too. Probably my favorite of De Niro's performances in his movies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So good.
Erik, your winner?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so elated with what our top 5 Best Picture nominees ended up being. That's like more than enough for anything. But I'm not voting against Goodfellas. This is the movie, and this is a part of doing this whole process is righting wrongs, and there are not many as big as this one.
I agree. It's a clean sweep for it. It's a pretty landmark film, and one that is incredibly rewatchable, as well as also defines the year and defines the form going forward. So many directors, you even think of somebody like, you think of like what Damien Chazelle does in Babylon to what Paul Thomas Anderson does in Boogie Nights to countless so many other directors that have taken their cues from this movie. The tracking shot in the back of the Copacabana alone is iconic enough, but this is such a great rise and fall, a coming of age story in a massive crime film. It's a buddy film. It's romantic. It's terrifying. It's got everything you want in a movie. It's Scorsese at his absolute best. And to Karen, your point, yeah, he makes great gangster movies, and people kind of forget about his other films. Like, this is my favorite Scorsese film, but also like my top 4 consists of Silence and The Age of Innocence and just so many other films of his that are not gangster films. But when you're talking about him making a gangster film, this is what it is. And the notes of The Irishman and his later films hit so hard because of a movie like this. It's not just about the impact within on others. It's the impact it had on his career and how he needed to hit, and how this was such a jolt to the second or third act, or how many ever acts he's had in his career. And we've given Ray Liotta. It's his best performance. It's one of Pesci's best performances. De Niro, this ensemble. Every needle drop, we haven't mentioned, every needle drop in the film is iconic.
It feels like he literally invented things. He didn't, but it feels like he did. It's the blueprint for so many things that we have now that are commonplace. They just weren't commonplace then. But now they are, and it started here.
Yeah. Sometimes the basic choice is the correct choice, like I've said. But to your point, Erik, right a long time wrong. And we have done that here today. Goodfellas is our winner of Best Picture. The other winners, just to run them down again, are Best Director for Martin Scorsese for Goodfellas. Best Actress to Kathy Bates for Misery. She keeps her Oscar. Best Actor, Ray Liotta for Goodfellas. Best Supporting Actress to Whoopi Goldberg for Ghost. She kept her Oscar. Joe Pesci for Goodfellas is our Best Supporting Actor. Original Screenplay, Longtime Companion, and an Adapted Screenplay, some film called Goodfellas. Goodfellas walks away today with 5 Oscars from the top categories, which is more than it won on that night, which is insane. Good job, folks. We did it. Super excited about this. This is a good day. Everybody go watch Goodfellas. I think it's on HBO Max, whatever they're calling it these days. Karen, can you tell everybody where they can find you and all your work on the internet?
Yeah, you can find my written work at awardswatch.com, and you can find me on the podcasts Citizen Dame and The Watch and Talk. You can also find me on social media at Karen M. Peterson, pretty much all the social media places.
Josh Parham.
You can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Letterboxd at JR Parham, and you can find all my work at Next Best Picture and Awards Watch.
Erik Anderson.
Awardswatch.com and awards_watch on Twitter, awardswatch everywhere else. And I might be looking for a new executive editor. So if somebody has an application they want to, just drop it. DM me. DMs are open.
I don't think you want your DMs open to the people that are going to email you about that. It's going to be some wild emails. I've written before. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky, at Ryan McQuade 77, I guess, looking for a new gig. And while you still can, you can go and listen to the Director Watch podcast. That's on Thursdays for now, with myself and also the recently fired Jay Ledbetter for his comments on the Showgirls episode.
If you only listen to one episode of Director's Watch, you have to listen to the Showgirls episode.
I told Erik, I said, that's the show we should send to people to get them to be guests on the show. And he said, yeah, and then they'll never come on the show, which is perfectly fine. 5 stars on iTunes and Spotify. We greatly appreciate it. While you're over on the website, please sign up for the newsletter. It's the best place to get all the news, reviews, interviews, podcasts, award season stuff sent to you all in one place. Next week, we will be back. We're going to be talking about the latest film from Warner Bros. We're going to be talking about weapons. Everybody's been talking about weapons. If you've seen all the social media, you know that one of our own, Griffin Schiller, loves weapons. And so we'll all be talking about weapons and which is highly anticipated film left in this season. Thank you all so much for listening, and we will see you all next time.